Onstage is brought to you in part by VFS Weekend Florida, November 26 to 28. For tickets and info, visit their Instagram page at VFS_weekend_INC.
This week on our stage, who is the artist known as Panic? For starters, he has just restarted chasing his musical dream after a 13-year incarceration in the US and comes to our stage as he prepares for his first major show in Europe. Stacious and Queen Nikki join forces against violence in Jamaica. Both women were here on our stage last week and shared information around the project that you will be seeing and hearing for the first time. And speaking of violence, Maka Diamond gives reasons for disclosing the physical violence she suffered at the hands of a prominent male artist. Guinness Top 10 Trending and more are all coming up. Welcome to the show, everyone. I am Winford Williams. We'll be right back.
On Stage with Winford Williams. So much more than entertainment.
Onstage is brought to you in part by VFS Weekend Florida, November 26 to 28. For tickets and info, visit their Instagram page at VFS_weekend_INC.
And now, it's Guinness time. Our top 10 trending songs in Jamaica for this week.
Temptation by Vybz Kartel starts off our countdown at number 10.
Well, it's a lie, you tempt me. Bring the whole world to present me.
At number 9, it's Coffee in the West Indies.
Yeah, coming from the West Indies, and you know, so we giving them the best indeed.
Coming in at number 8, TJ has his Bitcoin. Bitcoin, flipping money, so we do the line. While Squash says Don't Play With Me at number 7.
Them a brave, what? Them a brave.
Bermuda Triangle by Intense is number 6.
Swear never late. You word to the broom and catch a wreck.
And starting off our top 5, it's Adele with Easy On Me. Chronic Law is at a crossroads at number 4.
The light, but me love the darkness. Snakes left pies when I'm in a love flesh. Stop drink liquor, me no go when nobody.
While Massacre has an update at number 3.
What me do? Spend a couple dub play, make the club shake. Living legend on the asphalt, know the must eat.
Alkaline is a Maniac at number 2.
I'm a king, yeah. I'm off into a maniac. I'm off into.
And for the second week in a row and his second entry on our chart this week, it's Chronic Law, this time with Still a Bleed.
Still a run but not far from problems. Blood still a fall from me hands them. Still a feel every scratch from the badness.
All right, so there you have it, our top 10 trending songs in Jamaica for this week. And now, our chat with Stacias and Nikki, as was recorded last week. Dancehall artists Stacious and Queen Nikki have joined forces against violence in Jamaica. Both ladies are on our stage right now to chat the project. Ladies, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
First of all, Nikki, I must extend our condolences to you and your family. My understanding is that you've lost your father recently.
Yes, I did.
And I suspect you didn't know that I know, but I know. So I'm so sorry, my dear.
Thank you very much. I mean, it's been very hard for me, but I'm getting there. Losing my dad was like, I don't even know how to explain, because when it comes to my mom and dad, they're my everything. So and he was died from pneumonia, which I didn't even know he had that. So it was shocking to me when I get the news because I just come off the phone with my dad. The last thing he said.
It's okay. Take it easy, my dear.
I just have to say RIP to my daddy.
You don't have to say anything more. Just I hope everyone listening will have you in your thoughts, and those who can pray, pray. Okay, so congrats on this project. I don't know the details yet, but I have to congratulate you. Because more of us, women and men, should be doing this. Because such is the violence in our country.
Definitely.
So jump off and start telling us about it. What made you want to do it?
All right, so first off, Nikki's manager, Boise, one of her managers, he contacted me and he said, yo, you have a song with Nikki? I said, what do you mean? No questioning that, of course. And he said, all right, let's work on it. And I said to him, the first thing I wanted to make sure of was that it wasn't the typical female collaboration. Of course, we love the independent ladies kind of vibe and the party kind of vibes, but I never wanted that. I was looking at the state of our country right now and I said, okay, this song has to be relevant. It has to have a message. So the next thing I did was reached out to the writer who lives in New York. His name is Tension. He's also an upcoming artist. I told him the concept. I said, listen, I want to talk about the state that our country is in. I want to talk about the violence that, we're living with right now. And he said, okay, say no more. He came back with the song, Them Evil, and it was executed in a way where I couldn't have done it any better. Went back to Boise and I said, Boise, I think we found the song. One go. I reached out to Matthew Gentles, who also worked on the festival song the other day, Jamaican Spirit. And I said, listen, this is the next project and I want it to knock it out the park. And one shot, the rhythm was done. And then Boise, along with iClips Records, just, put everything in streamline. We went in the studio, recorded it, one go.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
So you wanted to do something about it too, Nikki?
Yes, definitely, because based on what's going on now,
yes,
crime and violence is very high. So when she reached out to me and said, Nikki, we need to do something about the crime and violence, and she told me that my manager reached out to her, and she sent me some of the lyrics of the song. I'm going to say, yes, Stacious. Only thing we need to do is just execute this properly. Me and her did it, and we did just sing back and forth on the phone, and we laugh, we talk, and then we say, Stacious, we are going to do this, how it's supposed to get done. And we did. And the song is going on very good now. Them Evil, getting a lot of great feedbacks, trust me.
So all this time you guys were so troubled by the scourge of violence in our country and wanting to do something about it, and finally you found something?
Especially the children, the women them we are going missing. Remember me talking about this the last time? It really affected me, really, really. So when we do a project like this, it means a lot to me.
Yes.
The thing is, I believe it's not a topic that's often spoken about, especially with females.
Females, yes.
And I just felt like, we needed to say something about it. And this is not a government bashing song or a government bashing campaign. I just wanted to get that out there because the song is going good on social media. And, I always go through comments because I get a feel of what people are feeling. Yeah. And I get to realize that a lot of times we blame government and we expect the government to do everything, and that's not the message I want to send. The onus is on everybody. It's on us as individuals to make a change, because really and truly government and police not gonna everywhere when something happen. But when things are happening, when there are criminals around, somebody sees something. So it's their responsibility to bring these people to justice. Somebody after something, the informer for dead culture that we grew up on. We need to get rid of that, because that don't make progress. We have to change your next door neighbor, your community. It starts from levels.
All right, let's take the video right now.
You know long me attack him on them, but them not here. Maybe they will listen to the woman them.
It's evident them sick in a head. Man a dead, woman a dead, Pitney a dead.
We want to see the crime rate decrease, so Stacious and Nikki a beg.
Them a say them love kill people, so them love when a dead body dey on ground. Them evil.
Anybody fit dead, them not spare none.
This we have to tell the government, we don't love how the country run. Next thing we want know,
where the Rasta them none a fire not burn.
them kill and collect, smoke and forget. Seems like a life on no program fi take. Bring back the fun, joke man fi make. So youth put down the gun, down ramp with it.
Love the island, me don't want to left. Foreigners overseas don't want visit. Murder per capita, we top the list. The plot for twist.
So much killers, you know, comfortable and a living a luxury. Who know they a jail, they a cemetery. Dead and buried. Them a say them love kill people. So them love when a dead body they pan ground. Them evil.
Anybody fit dead, them not spare none.
This we have to tell the government. We don't love how the country run. Next thing we want know where the rasta them none of fire not burn.
Be careful where you show the youths them. We no want no judge for come execute them. Or do no crime for no police shoot them. Make we teach them the right way.
Because we no want them fit on no gunman. Cause them friend them will turn the gun pan. 16-year-old where them get gun from. Send them go to school.
Cause we no want
no juvenile delinquency. No do certain things for the children see. No stray them youth, yeah. And them are the future. So them love kill people. So them love when a dead body they pan ground. Them evil.
Anybody fit dead, them not spare none.
Okay, there you have it. Them Evil. That's the title of the track. Two women of dancehall coming together to do this track against the all too prevalent violence in our state, Jamaica, our beautiful country, Jamaica. Mm-hmm. You know, but what do you want people to do with this song? Tell them.
We need them to help us get the message out there because, as you can see, we're sending out a positive message. So we need what we're telling others out there, just help us download it. Them can post a clip in on their media platforms. We just need to get the message out there. A lot of them has been doing it because the song is doing very good. So we just need them to continue, share the music, go on the Vivo, like, subscribe, comment, and help us get it out there.
It's not often that women are doing what you guys are doing. I know that there've been, you know, individual women who've done things, but for women to join together, and I hope that more women will join, will come together,
because that can also
and plan ways to respond to all of this. Because I think women are grieving more than men. The mothers of so many young men, okay, and the violence is not just gun violence and murder and men killing men. It's also killing women and abusing women, raping women. All of these things. Women are always there with more grief than anybody else.
A lot more.
But now you're trying to do is you're pushing back. Isn't that what you're doing? Wouldn't you say? You're pushing back, you're fighting back?
This is a twofold fight for us because we're fighting against the violence in our society, but we're also fighting to let people know that female artists, we're not one-sided. We get bashed a lot, you know. But I like all of the people that will normally bash and say female artists are one-sided. Just give we a one share, give we a one listen. Just like we take the time to type out certain negative comments when there is a song where it's just a little party song, it's not really something heartfelt and deep, it's just a vibe. You find time for type. Find time to type underneath this. Talk about what go on next door. Talk about where are going in your families. Talk about where you see. Talk about what you can do for change it. Talk about what you can do for promote and spread the message. And it will be that much easier.
Absolutely. Your careers now, how's your career going in the pandemic here?
The pandemic and music. All right, so of course, you know, recently the festival song competition, I guess that was the highlight of the whole pandemic because last year entertainment was non-existent for me. Since August, I guess this would be my first song following the competition entry. But there's really not much to do in music where in terms of earning, where shows are concerned, because I think performing is normally where the bigger chunk of the money comes from. Right now it's not about, you know, sales or anything like that. And that is cut off. So it has given me time to kind of focus on other endeavors. You know, when I came here in August, I had Scrumptious Juices and Shakes. I now have cafe scrumptious, so I've expanded into food. So I'm working that aspect. I mean, starting a new business in this time when businesses are closing down, it's not the ideal moment, but the opportunity presented itself and I couldn't pass.
And how is it going so far?
So it's in the nursing stages. So, you know, I'll go and nurse it, hopefully start.
Well, call out the location. Tell them to go there.
It's located, same spot, 15 3/4 Red Hills Road, inside Dunn's Electrical. And it's a full service restaurant. You get everything, plus the juice bar is still there. So you get your shakes, your smoothies, you get the healthy alternatives if you don't want the rice and stuff.
But Nikki, you've been very visible in social media.
Yes. So, my journey in music, my musics are doing very, very well. Extremely well. I recently released a track with me and Shano. It's called Fiddy Diddle, and I get a great impact on that as well. I released a single, Twinkle Star. It's very good look too. I don't know, before me and my team dropped that song, we came out with an idea. We decided to come up with something, a stunt, before we dropped the music video. So my team members and I decided to come out with a thing that I was in a store thieving a jewelry. I don't know if you see it, Winfred, but that go viral in less than half hour. Yeah. I saw it, I want the song go viral in less than half hour. Okay. My manager come up with a stunt, me in the store thieving a star jewelry, and it went viral, and we dropped the music video, and we come up with a stunt. So we come up with a stunt today. We were planning on dropping the music video 2 days after, but we couldn't drop the music video 2 days after. We did have to drop the next day, because even though my mother knew it was a stunt, it's like my mother go crazy because the whole social media go on with the whole thing. My mother have a shop, my mother have business and shop like the whole of them. So I just call my manager and say, listen, we have to drop it now because mommy come like she go dead. So we just have to drop it the other day, and it got good, and everybody knows it was a stunt. That's the main thing about it. And we got my mother straight, and my family members support everything I'm doing always, and my best friend as well. But the music for me has been going really great. I'm also working on an EP right now, and I have a lot of collabs as well, more collabs with both female artists and male. So just look out for it.
Ladies, well, you know, women are surging in the music right now, dancehall, in my opinion. I think women are ahead internationally. Spice and Shensia there in front.
Good look.
And that's a very good look for women. And it's been a long time coming, but it's finally happening.
Yeah.
Ladies, we don't want to forget this song, you know. So I want to give a last shout out to people about the song.
You can hop on to Nikki's Vivo channel. That's Queen Nikki Vivo.
Yes.
And it's only on her page for now. I'll add it to mine as well, which is Stacious Music. It was produced by Boise Records, iClips, rhythm done by Matthew Gentles, written by Tension. So it's a team effort mixed by Goldfinger.
Typical.
And yeah, so we just want to get the message out there. Like, share,
and subscribe, and leave a comment.
Yeah.
All right.
iClips Records and Boise Records. No, I have to big them up triple times. Yes. And I also want to talk about a reality show that I'm a cast member of. The first episode will be coming out the 30th of this month. It's a reality show that empower women, and they have ladies that are social media influencers. They have artists. They have all kind of media personnel, so just look out for it. And a big shout out to my hairdresser.
So it's women empowerment.
Yes, so
that's what it's about.
It's called Boss in the City.
It's called Boss in the City. It's produced by Boss in the City Production.
Wow.
Shout out to my hairdresser. I can't leave her out.
Come true.
And my makeup artist, Glam by Oshin, and my hair, Celeb Goddess, and my outfit from Flawless Cat Couture. And a big thanks to you, Winfred, for having me on your show.
Okay, better. Because after the whole
You always get, remember you're right here, you get some morning, evening, and night.
Oh, yeah,
this collab is amazing.
Very All right, so there you have them right here on our stage.
With the Rasta, them no fire, no burn.
All right, so there you have them. Stacious and Queen Nikki lending their voice to a most worthy cause. And stay with us right here on stage. Still to come, Maka Diamond gives the reasons for disclosing the physical abuse she suffered at the hands of a prominent male artist. And later, who is the artist known as Panic? For starters, he has just restarted chasing his musical dream after a 13-year incarceration in the US and comes to our stage as he prepares for his very first major show in Europe. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.
On Stage with Winfred Williams. So much more than entertainment.
In recent weeks, the Jamaican space has been abuzz with allegations of violent and sexual abuse of female artists by their male counterparts. The latest being Charmaine Monroe, who shocked the global space with the disclosure that she was physically abused by a prominent male artist, but stopped short of naming her abuser. Most of you know Charmaine as Maka Diamond.
I'm Macadocious.
Who is right now joining us from somewhere in South Florida. Maka, welcome.
Thank you, thanks for having me.
And I must thank you for joining us in this time of such trauma for you.
It has been crazy, and I must say I should thank Tanya Stevens, because you see, what the first thing I tell everyone is that when you sit and think that you are the only person with an issue, when someone come and speak up, it opens your eyes, you know? So it was an eye-opener for me, because I was looking up to Tanya back in the days as an artist. She's big, she's lucky to have these producers helping her, and she's doing well, and all of these big artists do songs with her, and she's doing, you know? So I didn't know she encounter. I thought the road was smooth for her. I thought I was the only one. So when she spoke about it, I couldn't sleep. I was like, oh my God, I'm not alone, you know, and I need to talk. I need to just get it out, because I kept it, you know, I kept it, and this happened before my career even took off. So I was like, a lot of people say you are strong to still want to do it, you know, but it's a love. I had the love, and I had to let people know that I had to make it. I had to make it, you know.
That's what you've done over the years to manage the trauma of this experience?
Yes, I think forgiveness too. I think the artist, I'm not having a bad blood, no bad feelings. I think it was just so long that, and I didn't. I think forgiveness is there, because I speak to the person. I'm okay. We do shows together. We're okay. It's just that what sometimes I wish you would say to me, like, you remember what happened? I'm sorry, or something, you know. But that's okay too. But I've been through a lot. I even tell them that I went to Cayman as a young girl. My first time I'm going there to do a show, and promoter put his gun to my face. I mean, and you know, and his wife was standing there, and he said, "Oh, take this girl out of my house." And the next woman was there. It was crazy to be thinking. And Tanya, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have strengthened me, and you know, and we need to come together. We as women need to come. If we don't come together physically, we need to be looking out for each other.
What can you tell us about what led to this particular incident in Kingston?
Back in the days when I'm entering the music, I used to want to model, and because I'm very tall, and so I wanted to model. So I was trying to get in the model industry, and somebody was like, "Oh, the top people in the model industry is gonna want to sleep with you to make it," and all of these things. I said, "But I love music too," and they said, "Well, that's even worse. People's gonna want to sleep with you. You're not gonna bust," and all these things. So I was really aware of certain things entering into the whole entertainment business. So what I did, I usually part in groups, and you know, I always part with my friends. Because I don't want to be in a studio with nobody by myself, because I was aware. I learned that. What I did was created a way for me to make money without I have to be somebody begging a lot or being relying on people in the business. So we had this thing called dub play session. So I had 2 sounds, one from Canada and one from the US. And they used to send me money and I used to go and check these big artists and I just beg them and they give me because I think maybe because I'm a female, I don't know, but they would give me, and I was grateful. So there was, back in them days, there was a clashes going on, even with the sound system. So I remember going into the studio often to get dubbed from a particular artist. That because what happened, there was this manager and producer that, started to show me good, and was treating me good, and I had no problem. I only had problem recording because I was learning learning really how to really record properly. But that's where I really learned. But big artists did a studio album. So I circle the studios. We call it circle. When me and the girls I'm a part of that was circle. We call it circle studios. Big 2 dub plate, sell with sound man them, I went nice for the weekend.
You get these sound systems from overseas, right? They would come to you and ask you to get artists in Jamaica to do dubs for them.
Right.
Right, and you would go to artists and ask them to do it. And there's no money involved here. You're just begging them something from which you will make a money.
Right, but some of them would want their money. So, say for example, the artist charge $500 to do the dub, and the sound man giver, we will give the artist half of it if they want it. But back in them time, sometimes we just give it to you and say you don't eat that food, So the one that really assaulted me, he was one that never usually. I've never got one from him, but I was still around it because of the manager, because I love the manager. Love manager, take care of me. So that artist always complain, I can't do no dub, and I would do no problem. So I just went to the other one, and the other one always give me. And so I said, okay, I'm not gonna let no one stop me from eating my food. So I went to that studio every day. We were just in between studio, me and my little crew. And I remember I was at the studio, and everybody talk when in the studio. Everybody talk. They were talking this, talking that about their problems, and I happened to be there at the moment when the entourage were talking to the artists. Well, give me the dub them day. They were talking about some incident happened between them and the other artists, and I happened to be there, and I collected my dub and I left. That's the studio that I really based. And I remember I was walking up to the gate, and as I walk up to the gate, I just see a lot of men like just stand up and they were like, everybody was acting weird, and I said, what's going on, And I walk up, and me and my friends would walk up, and we were like, hello everybody, and nobody not answer. We don't make not go tough up face and thing. But I see the artist walk up and say, walk home here, say the room studio, and not chop me. Well, on our chop me with the next artist, and woman want nobody come on and chop me. I'm just the board come up, and me could do a run, and me start crying. And I said, what not talk about me? Just I get me talk them, and me I try to explain, and nobody no want hear, and this 1 yard full of man just stand up and watch the man broke up the board, and I'm back and I run. How me run through the gate? All I could think about is run to the police station. You know what happened, Winfred? When I reach at the station and I make my report, that controller station is the uncle for the next artist. And I was like, oh my God, what is me get myself in now? But now I can't bust again. My life mash up. I start the thing, answer the thing, And it would me just go home, like me make the report, I'm gonna go home, and I remember the manager called me, and then I just said, boy, please don't, and very, and they told me to just, why I don't want to go in a lot of details and talk about it, because I'm not really care about it, like for people to say, oh, that's a person, people speculating. The thing about it is the fact that the abuse, the thing of somebody could do a female, do somebody, the abuse that was a part that really, 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 that's a part I can't get out of my head. 1 yard full of man. Not one of them even run out and said, DJ, just make sure I could hear what she said now, I could hear her something, But at the end of the day, as I say, me get over it, but it come back. It's there, and I'm not looking at the trouble. I just want them to know that I'm not look for arrest nobody. I'm not depend that. I just want the people I'm aware that, easy. Nobody see we as female in the business and things that it was easy. It's not.
For those, Maka, who are speculating and are implicating some artist, one person did this to you, but it appears that it implicates a number of them because of the speculation about who. What do you say to them about them speculating about who it might have been?
No, I ignore them because, I have best friends. My best friend called me and cussed me and said, I've been around you for years and you don't tell me. I said, that's nobody's business. I promised myself, I promised the manager not to say. So who is speculating? As long as they're not here come out of my mouth or me calling them, I don't know what they're saying. I don't understand what they're saying because.
But do you have a message for them, for the speculators?
What I'm trying to say is, the message I have to give these people: stop worrying about who did this, and start to notice your kids, your daughters, and when they're complaining about certain things, and protect them. Teach them about protection, and then start to learn. Let them learn about certain things. I don't even know how to explain it, and let them get strong.
Have you experienced any relief since you spoke about this?
I feel good. Trust me, I feel proud of myself. I feel proud of myself because I went into depression. For all the dramas and all these things I've been to the music, I went into depression and I didn't know I would survive it, I have been through it. I've been through the depression and I recovered because I tried to keep my mind strong. So right now, I'm good. I think it's a relief. I feel nice. Trust me, I feel like I've lifted off a building off my head. It's a whole building.
Wow. All right, my dear. Well, we don't want you to delve any deeper into this and reliving these terrible moments in your life. Thank you so much for joining and sharing with us.
I wish that people stop thinking about who have done this to Macka, who have done this to Tanya, who have done it to this, and let us come together. Even if we don't have to come in person, people, let us unite and save. Man got through it. We don't want a man feel like we're up here and say, man got through abuse too. And we want these things to just, people, it never stop. It's hard. It's hard to stop, but we want people to have a little more heart for these people.
Well said. Thanks again, Mark, and all the best. And keep safe. Keep safe, my dear. All right. Be well. All right, so there you have her right here on our stage. The diamond of dancehall. Still the diamond of dancehall. And still to come right here on our stage, the answer to this question. Who is the artist known as Panic?
Follow your heart, listen to the music in your head.
For starters, he has just restarted chasing his musical dream after a 13-year incarceration in the US, and comes to our stage as he prepares for his first major show in Europe. You don't want to miss that. We'll be back.
Onstage is brought to you in part by VFS Weekend Florida, November 26 to 28. For tickets and info, visit their Instagram page at VFS_weekend_INC.
In 2006, Panic had just begun his journey of chasing his dream in music when he was arrested and charged as a co-accused in a U.S. federal marijuana case. And after 13 years of incarceration, Panic restarted his long-held dream chase in 2019 and comes to our stage as he prepares for his first major appearance in Europe. But what is in his catalog for this big assignment? Panic is on our stage right now to answer. Panic, sir, welcome.
Blessed Winford.
Blessed love, man.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
All right, sir, so speak to what you had at the time musically. And when you got incarcerated?
I was the lead singer of a band called Panic and the Rebel Emergency, you know, and we had an album out, you know, we was touring, doing a lot of shows across North America, and yeah, and at the time I was actually an engineer producer at John Shop Records. No, my indictment started there at John Shop Records. You know, they charged the entire John Shop as an indictment, and I got indicted through that, you know. So Walk On By was playing, was a video that was played every day on the TV here in Jamaica. We were originally based out of Toronto, Panic and the Rebel Emergency, so we had a really big buzz over there. And because of the kind of music we did alternative reggae, you know, it was like reggae and rock mix. We had TVT at the table and Epic Records. We had a few big major labels, and you know, then the indictment came. And
to answer the question about what you're taking with you, what catalog you're taking, that would include your work then, and your work now.
But for now, what we're taking now is that I came home 2019, and 1 year to the day of my release, I released my album. I released an album called 829 I Release. 14 tracks.
Okay.
And it's been doing really good with over 1 million streams on Spotify, and we're doing really good in terms of an independent label, and moving forward, we're doing quality video, quality work. So that's when, you know, Womex come and we're going out there to show like people is interested. Everybody's like, yo, we love what you're doing, we love the message, and that's what it is.
And this is, we have something queued up.
Yes.
This is a track from it, from all that body of work since 2019.
Yes.
All right, let's go to that video.
Follow your heart, listen to the music in your head.
Chase your dreams. That's the title of that one. Just a taste of what's going into Europe.
Yes.
At the end of this month, right?
End of this month, you know?
The end of this month.
Yeah.
For Panic. No panicking here. Lots of music.
Lots of music, boss.
Well, we hear this mighty sounding sound here. I'm sure you get this all the time.
All the time. A lot of people say that. But, you know, for me, I embrace it, because, you know, when people put you in that kind of realm and, you know, say, yo, you sound like the greatest of all time, or you have any kind, you only have to just give thanks, you know, and say, yo, you know.
Embrace it.
Embrace it. Because I tell people all the time that I have to speak with my voice, you know.
Yes.
I have to sing with my voice, too. I can't sing with nobody else's voice, you understand? It's my voice. And it's what it sounds like. That's what I sound like. That's what I've been sound like, you know. And I love it, you know. Of course, and you know, and I have to give thanks for like just the producers that that I get to link up with when I just come back, you know, like Titimus, because I used to work with Titimus from before, you know, and it's one of my favorite producers. And as soon as I came home, me and Titimus, we did Naga Change, we did She's a Rider for the album, and after that, you know, we work with many young producers coming up too, you know, because we have some really good young talent after 13, because that's the name of the label, After 13, you know, because, you know, we did 13. So we restarted after 13 years. Yes. So the label is called After 13. And we have some really good producers, you know, young producers we're working with. A few of the tracks is by Dan Zede, a young producer coming up. He's very good. And we have a good movement. I think we have a really good team around me. I have a team of people that honestly said, yo, if we didn't have this gap, if we didn't have this setback, then Sky would have been the limit already. So, you know what I mean? We just have to just get back on it and do it.
But you came back just at the cusp of this pandemic.
Yes.
You didn't get a chance to perform live, to go places, to do much.
Several shows cancelled, postponed because of the pandemic. But, you know, I think everything happens for a reason. After 13 years and coming home, I'm not worried about this pandemic. I'm worried about just getting in when the time is right, you know what I mean? Because you know how long I was supposed to sit on the stage with you, and I'm like, Mr. Winfred, you know,
we've been interested in this story for a long time.
When the time is right, we're going to do it. And see, we're sitting here now, so it's when the time is right, you know. So
and it was sudden too.
Exactly. So that's how I look at it.
There was hardly any time for preparation, my friend. And again, thanks for being here.
Yes.
But all right, so let's go back to your roots, your background in Jamaica.
Yes.
Where in Jamaica were you born and
Kingston.
And raised?
Well, Kingston and St. Andrew area, you know, so Arfitry, Hope Road. I'm from from Kingston and St. Andrew area, you know. I tell people all the time, so I consider myself from that middle class in Jamaica, you know. It's a very small middle class in Jamaica, you know. I feel like me is a part of that, you know. Me not uptown, me not downtown,
you're in the middle.
You know, so I know the garrison. I'm no uptown, you know, so I consider myself part of that music.
What the family was like growing up?
Oh, well, you know, my mom and dad is hardworking people, you know what I mean? I went to Calabar, you know what I mean? Before Calabar, I went to Chartered practicing, and then I went to Calabar, you know, and just like any other Calabar youth, I grew up love track and field and love ball and just love their school and I beat on the decks and DJ and that, you know, the love for music just kind of transformed into being with Nemesis, a sound system that me and my friend did have, and then when I migrated to New York, I decided, yo, music is what I wanted to do. So we started John Shop Records. And
oh, I see. And because when you migrated to the US, to New York, you were an engineer. You worked initially as an engineer.
Yeah, I actually started out as an artist, you know, but then from going into different people's studio and I'm just seeing like the equipment that they have, and I realized, okay, I know how to operate this, I know how to, so we just started gathering our own equipment. And then once we started John Shop, it got to a point where, okay, I couldn't even get to record no more because I was recording it, like Bojo would be in the studio with me one day, next day Sean Paul, the next day, so all the who's who of dancehall at the time, you know what I mean, from Vibes Cartel to everybody, I was working with all these people, you know what I mean. I have a song called, with me, Wayne Wonder and Vibes Cartel, that's called Directions. It's a really good song. That was just out of the spur of the moment, you know. And I play that song for people at the time, them say, yo, and I tell them, say, yo, John Shop was just a vibe, you know. Yes. And I was watching the best of the best do it. So when I see them do it, even though I was the engineer and the producer at the time, I was just sharpening up my craft and finding my sound, you know. Yes. When I was working, when Bojo came to John Shop, Bojo was the great Bojo Bantan, you know what I mean? Like, when Bounty Killer came, is the great
What time was this?
Well, we're talking early 2000.
Early 2000? Oh, yes. Yeah, those artists who have been coming out of the...
Yeah, no, the only person that was coming at the time was...
Cartel wasn't there yet. Yes.
Cartel was, you know, was the one where just hot now, and you know, Sassin, big up Sassin, my boy, and them are
them artists there.
Yeah,
same.
Just come hot, you know.
So how did you transition from there now to this band in this?
Well, it's the same thing. Rebel Emergency was a band that was from Canada, and I knew their sister. One of the guys on the band, I knew his sister. And she just said, "Yo, my brother wants to record a demo," and I had the studio. So I said, all right, so they came and I was just trying to record them and, you know, with their song together. Okay. And then when they went back to Canada, everybody was like, yo, we love this song. And then Commissioner Gordon, he has a series right now on Netflix, which is big, he's very big. He wrote Lauryn Hill, Miseducation. He's one of the biggest engineers out there, you know, and he said, Panic, it's a great sound here, man. This is the winning sound right here. So then we just got the band together and we just started recording an album. And then we started touring before we even finished the album. You know, so it just...
It was that good?
Yeah, it just took off.
So how big did you get in Canada?
Well, if I show back footage of all our concerts, you know, we had thousands of people at our concerts, you know what I mean? That's how it was, you know, across North America, you know, we did UCLA Jazz and Blues Festival in LA. We did all the big concerts, you know, but as I said, at the time we had a niche. Yes. You know, we had a
alternative.
Yeah, so, you know, so that, we'd open for a band like 311. Yeah. And if you know their kind of music, then you understand that the kind of people that we're performing for. So it's good, you know, but now that I'm back in Jamaica, I want to show people that, hey, listen, I'm a versatile, experienced artist that knows the game, know it. I'm not, this is not a game for me. This is what live inside of me. Music live inside of me. So I want to show Jamaica that I can hang with everybody, you know what I mean? But message though, like now I consider the message in the music very important to me, you know what I mean? So that's like you see, follow, chase your dreams, and 99% of my songs.
All of that scene and all that success, and your poise and working on these big stages in North America. Yeah. Right in the center of that, oops, came the feds. What happened?
I was at a venue called Brick by Brick in San Diego. And me and my band was there at soundcheck, and I kid you not, it was mayhem. It was, I didn't know where there was DEAs, FBIs, all these people. And when I realized they were there for me, I was like, what?
For you?
Yes.
Just you?
You know what I mean? I was like, you know, Chapo, you know, the thing is Chapo, they come from. You know, when they explained to me that, okay, I was indicted with the rest of John Shop and I realized it was serious. I was facing a lot of time. They charged me with a lot of marijuana, and they charged me with a lot of things. And conspiracy. They're saying that you conspired with a bunch of people to do a lot of things. And I'm here today, and I'm like, I see marijuana legal. I see everybody marijuana that they put me in prison for 13 years. Everybody's calling it, now it's a miracle drug. Wall Street and all these people, they own the biggest grow houses in the world.
The Sashi.
Yes.
Horatio.
Yeah.
Was part of that?
Yes.
That whole sweep?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And he's still incarcerated, is it? Or close to being released?
Yes, all these people is close to being released.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a lot. So
it was an international kind of sweep.
Yes.
Lots of Jamaicans.
Lots of Jamaicans, international people. But my indictment was a pretty big indictment. It's a pretty big indictment, and it's like I put it this way: if I wanted to glorify certain things, I could embellish a lot of things and speak about a lot of things, but that's not what I'm about. I'm not, because I hear people saying things on their records that they never even did before. You know what I mean? Or and trying to say that there's something they're not. While I have enough sense to know that, hey, there's a means to an end. You was doing whatever you was doing it to get to somewhere else. Because I'm not sitting here telling you that I'm an angel and I did nothing wrong or whatever. All I'm saying is that today, people is making boatloads of money off marijuana.
Yes.
And they took away 13 years of my life for marijuana.
We're not here to...
You understand?
To retry you, my friend.
Yes, I understand that. I'm just saying, I understand that.
But what did you do to preserve yourself?
One of the key things to preserve yourself is having just good family and good friends, because when you reach out, you want to know that whenever you're behind a wall, you can reach out to family and friends to tell you, keep your head up, man, because sometimes, no matter the strongest person in the world, sometimes chin down, and you have to call someone that say, hey, man, chin up. There's a song on the album called Every Night I Pray. That's a song like to my mom, because when I'd call my mom, she would say, make sure you read your Bible, and I say, yeah, mom, I'm reading my Bible. So I got a song on the album, I say, Mama, every night I pray, I call on his name, because that's what it was. So these are the things that carry you through when you have good family, good friends, and that will help you, and somebody will tell you one day, man, you're going to meet people and say, prison make for dog, a man they are prison. Not alien from space and they are prison, a man they are prison. So when you're there, you see ex-senators, ex-mayors, all these type of people who all
walks of life.
All walks of life. So it's not just
serving sentence.
Yes, long time too, and it's not. So it's not just people have this misconcept that it's just a bunch of crazy people running around. No, it's a community of different individuals, and if you make up your mind that you're doing this and you're getting back to what you love, which is my mindset is just get back to music, get back to what I love, get back to production, get back to just live. I love every aspect of music, man. I couldn't wait to come back to it,
So music was a big factor in your preservation, wasn't it?
It was.
You were playing and singing and writing
all the time. I would perform concerts there too, man, because in there you have good musicians too. You might, there's July 4th coming up or something, and they have a big concert, and people will put together a concert and we play. And the biggest lesson I learned is just understand risk versus reward in everything that you do.
Yes.
Just understand the risk versus the reward, because is the risk worth the reward? Because a lot of times people getting into something and don't even know that this is the penalty.
Yes.
You understand? So just analyze that and just make sure you stay focused, because trust me, we all make mistakes and we're all buckle to it. It's just how you recover from what happened. And I think that me being here now, getting the melodies, getting the vibe that I'm getting, because pandemic or not, if music live in you, it live in you, and I feel music live through me. So every day I get up with a next song in my head. Every day I get up with a next melody, and I have to get it out. So,
upon your release, you were dipped, right? You were sent home to Jamaica.
Yeah.
What did you do for your very first day in Jamaica?
Well, that you can think about all these things, and when you come, everything just become normal. Yes. You walk out and everything just become normal again. You just realize, you just walk back out, because you see your family and friends and all the things you want to do. By the time you say hello to the person, you hug up the person, you take a phone call from this person, this, that, the day done, you're tired, you want to sleep.
Life gone with you.
You wake up tomorrow and say, all right, let's go, So Yeah, the biggest thing is that, as I said, you know, I cherish my family, man. I have a really good family and a really good team of people around me, you know. So my business partner in After 13 is my blood brother, is my mother's son, you know, and he believed in my music from the beginning, you know, and it's me and him, and it's the new producers. And I said, Claude Mills, me have to big him up because I made this man hear my music, and he's one of the top publicists here, and he's just like, Panic, listen, we're going to get this out there, you know. And so I have to big up Claude Mills, we have to big up Sharon Burke and the Solid Agency, you know, just because she understands the business, so she called me and give me her guidance, like, Panic, you know, this is what it is, you know. So my team, my family, you know, I give thanks for them.
Europe now. Let's talk about this big assignment in Europe, because they're watching too. We have a lot of followers on the continent. Yeah. So speak to them for us.
So we're going to Womex Music Festival in Portugal from the 27th to the 31st. We're bringing lots of joy, lots of energy, lots of light from Jamaica, man. We're not just saying just the roots rock, you know, because we understand the roots rock performers has been big on tour the whole entire world. You know, we're talking about Jamaican overall. People love our culture, people love what we do, and I can't wait to get back out there and give it to them, you know.
Well, I can feel your energy already, Reggie. Yeah. So this is the only assignment that you know of so far?
Yes, so far for that, you know, but you know, we're talking to some people in Belgium, so we're supposed to be headed that side shortly afterwards. So, you know, we're just gonna make it make things manifest itself, you know, because that's how I know, you know. That's what I know for sure, Winfred. I know that what is to be must be. You understand? And we just hope that, you know, with cooperation, how can't just rely upon prayers alone. Prayers is good, but human beings have to come together and cooperate and defeat this pandemic in some way, some form. You know, we can't just hope that it's gonna magically disappear. I get a lot of messages on my Instagram and in my WhatsApp, and everybody, as soon as they find something with dire, like they send it to me, and I'm like, yo, find some light, man, send me some light. I'm tired of this like darkness that you're sending me. Send me some light. People search for that darkness all the time, you know. Find the light, because that's the only way we're gonna defeat this. You know, we have to come together as humans, you know, and think about, with science, with our actions, with everything, and beat this pandemic, you know, because I can't wait to get back to regular life, man. I can't wait to get back to, you know.
Well, my friend, you're back in music.
Yes.
And we like what we're hearing and the seriousness with which you're going about your music, my friend. The seriousness and the commitment that you have for it. And I know, I heard you saying it, but I'd like you to just confirm for me.
Yes.
Isn't it the biggest factor that brought you through all of your struggles and all that?
100%. 100%. Being there, it's like you listen to your radio. You know, everybody who been behind the walls, they'll tell you that the most important thing to him was in radio, you know, because you have to make sure, say, yo, you can listen to music to take you out of there, you know. So your physical is probably there, but your mind is somewhere else, you know. Because I tell people, somebody can tell you about that place from now till forever. If you never do it, words can't explain it. So I don't wish it. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. You know what I mean? There's no pity party. I put that way behind me. I'm so far
I see that from day one when we spoke.
Yeah.
That like, you were quite open. It's behind you.
Yes.
So much so that you could talk about it.
Yes, because a lot of people want you to, like, be okay. That's what happened to me.
Yes.
So what's next?
You were very upfront about
it. So that's why I tell people, okay, that's what happened.
Isn't that part of the healing?
Yes. Until you do that, whenever you hold on, because you have different ways. You have some people who you wear it as a badge of honor.
Yes.
They try to say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And like for me, that's what I'm not trying to do. I'm not trying to, because as I said, message music for me is very big. Like, melody is good, rhyming schemes is good, and all that stuff is good. The message in my music is very important to me. I want to make sure that if my son is somewhere, anywhere, and play my song, him can say, yo, this is my dad, and him not have to cringe, you know, or nobody not have to cringe, like certain things that come out of me. I make sure I say, yo, the message is important to me. So if that is important to me, then certain things me now glorify, even though I do it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Now is the time for me to put all of that behind me. As you said, Europe is calling, Africa, we want to get across the whole entire world, you know what I mean? And just give them a piece of this lovely island in Jamaica, because, you know, nothing people love like
Jamaica. You said
Jamaica.
it, my friend, family.
Family is important.
Your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are it. That's one of the main things, you know. When you're away for so long, you go away and my son was a baby when I left.
Yes.
And when I came home, he's a teenager, he's ready to graduate. When I came home just in time for him to graduate high school, you know what I mean? So he pretty much grew up, you know what I mean, knowing that, okay, this is dad, and talk to me every day on the phone and everything, but certain things, you know what I mean, you missed out on. So I'm just explaining to you that this is a part of what happened. I have a lot of things to get on with, so I'm not even worried about that no more. I have to get on with, you know what I mean, making him say, okay, man, this is who my pops is, you know?
That's it.
Yeah.
You have a chance to make good.
Yes.
My friend, and you're doing it.
I'm saying when I'm dead,
as far as I can see, Panic, and boy, we thank you, for coming through and sharing so much with us. And we're looking forward to when you come and perform, because all indications are that you are a great performer, sir.
Well, that's my happy place. And on stage is my happy place. When I'm on stage, you see, it's on stage, when I'm on a stage with a microphone in my hand, with a band where ready for cut loose, that's when I'm...
we look forward to when you come to the stage, sir.
For sure, sir, and it will be my pleasure.
All right, Panic.
Give thanks.
Sir, thank you so much again. And all the very best. And we look forward to hearing what happened at that show.
All right.
The first show in Europe, Reggie.
Give thanks,
Let's see love again.
Yes.
All right, so there you have him right here on our stage. What a guest. Panic. And that's our show for this week. Winfred Williams, on behalf of all of us, thanking you for joining us. Do join us again next week for more On Stage. Thanks for watching our video. Please click subscribe and be on our stage anywhere, anytime, always.